Boom.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Hey.
What's up?
Trying to give you a little bit of energy.
Off the pad.
It looks like he's playing the opposite role. Off the pad is what it is.
Doing it, son.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good midday. Whatever you're listening to this podcast, just want to say, hey, I'm Jaye Toller.
And this is Corey Marshall over here.
Word up. And we thank you. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend and tell some strangers. Tell another stranger. Blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff, man. We thank you. We appreciate your support. We're in season 2. We're winding down. In case y'all didn't know,
man.
We got just a couple more episodes for season 2.
Yeah.
And then we're going to hit y'all fresh for season 3.
Boom.
A few weeks after we end this season.
Makes sense.
Right. That's normally how seasons work. Yeah. So yeah, man, we just thank y'all. Whoever's been there from beginning of season 1, who caught the train mid stride.
As long as you're on the train.
Yeah.
As long as you're on the train.
All that we appreciate. We ain't gonna get too sentimental on you right now. Sentimental? Yeah, that is the right way to say it. I thought I mispronounced that word, but
You mispronounced a word? Oh, no, that's not going to happen.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why when I thought about it, I was like, no, I was correct.
Yeah.
Like that only makes sense.
But I think it's dope, though, that we got we break it down in seasons, man. You know, I think it's smart.
It's because we get it. We got a flow and a format for how we do the seasons, and then we come up with all these other ideas. It's like, all right, well, let's not, we'll push that. Yeah. So
it gives people a chance to catch up on the past episodes as well,
Right. Well, matter of fact, let's go ahead and plug that. If y'all caught the train late, let's just think of another analogy. If y'all just got in the game,
okay.
Like if you're just coming off the bench, do you even understand that analogy, Corey?
Not with the trains in the game. I'm totally lost. Like usually, I stand on the bus stop. I don't
not playing the game. Blah blah blah. I get it. That one was far, but I got you. Anyway, man, if you're coming in late, we do have older episodes. So go to offthepad.podbean.com and you can hear, all the episodes from season 1 from the beginning.
Yeah.
They're all funny. We try to keep fun. Matter of fact, there's this one special one. I don't think enough people listen to it because you probably
season 1? Yeah. I'm gonna guess which one it is. Is it N-wordy drinks?
Oh, no, not that one. Okay. That one was super duper hilarious. I thought that one was your
favorite, N-wordy drinks.
It was, but I wasn't even talking about that.
Okay.
I was talking about because, people think, we're comedians and we're funny and everything has to be funny and we can't touch serious topics. Mm-hmm. We did a whole episode dedicated, and now I'm going to let you finish. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I want to say yes, but I know if I get it wrong, it's going to make it look like I am not invested in this podcast. So I'm going to say, was it Ferguson?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at you. Ding, ding, we know our stuff.
Ding, 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 ding.
We did an episode, All Things Ferguson.
Yeah.
I believe it was episode 117. Right around the whole Ferguson. Y'all know what happened with the whole Ferguson thing. And we had touched lightly on it within some of the earlier episodes, but we didn't want to talk about it full-fledged just because. But then, y'all kept suggesting topics and we was like, all right. We're comedians, but we can talk. We can talk about some serious stuff. Mm-hmm. And, and I think we did it, and I think we did it well.
I think so, too.
Yeah. We kept it entertaining. We kept the comedic relief throughout, but you also get to hear some honest, thoughtful opinions from Corey Marshall and Jaye Toller. But yeah, man, so check that one out if anything.
Cool.
And then
Season 1, right?
Check all the other stuff.
And it's called All Things Ferguson.
All Things Ferguson is that particular one. And we got a bunch of other stuff, man. Just go tune in.
In the archives.
Yeah, man. Anyway, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Everything is pretty chill. Just ready to get this podcast on. Ready to move on to, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I thought I was going to give a nice little pregame talk, but it didn't quite work. Now I sound like I really am.
Now you're using the game reference? Yeah. Like you will never be the captain of a team in basketball, football, baseball.
Ask me again. Ask me the question again. I'm going to get it.
Okay. I'm just gonna switch gears right now.
What's up?
With no segue.
Cool.
All right. You got something coming up that you want to tell these people about, where they can find you?
Yeah, man. Thank you. This week, man, I'll be at the Comedy Factory in Baltimore. This is the 9th through the 12th.
Word up. No, that's dope.
Boom.
I might come to one of those shows.
Baltimore is close by.
Yeah.
So if you're in Richmond or VA or you in the DMV area, hit me up, please. It's going to be a great show. It's working with Rod, man. The Good Funny Tour.
Yeah, I might have to come out to one of those.
Cool. We should.
That's hot. That's up the street. Right now, I'm pushing my opportunity to headline at Richmond Funny Bone. I don't know if y'all can hear me over his nonsense. Richmond Funny Bone. I'll be headlining April 29th. Get your tickets on my website. It's jayetoler.com. JAYETOLER.com. Also, man, we always said, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff. I didn't even say push it this time. This guy. You gonna be a pain the rest of this podcast?
I said did that at the start of the podcast. It just adds a whole different
Maybe
element.
so, because now I want to pull your microphone plug. I'm Jay Toller on all social media. And how would we find you on social media, Corey?
You can find me at AM. Well, AM. What?
I don't know who that is.
At IamCoreyMarshall.com. Instagram. Now we got to change the microphone.
I'm spinning the
you
mic.
Can keep that one.
I can't do beatboxing. I don't know.
That's what you was doing? I thought you was
I was trying to
regurgitating
beatbox.
something.
Yeah, we did have quite a projection of saliva just now.
Yeah, it was all over the place, man. Tasmanian devil over here. But yeah, I am Corey Marshall. If you on social media, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, follow me at I am Corey Marshall. I have a good time on all three of those social medias, and I appreciate everybody that follows me on Facebook. We have such a great time, and it's totally different from following me on Instagram because stuff is not going to be on Twitter as well. So
all right, now.
everything's kind of different. So follow me on all
This
three
guy.
if you can. Follow me on all three.
You ain't getting paid for people to follow you.
Not yet. But
Word.
It pays in laughter.
Oh, good comeback.
Yes.
All right, I'm good. You good?
Hey, all the time.
Thank you, guys.
Let's do this. Oh, are we ready?
Yeah, we want to talk some more?
Nope.
What are you asking me questions for?
I wasn't sure because it was just like, usually it's like the send off. That was like the send off into the start.
Hey, y'all ready to get into some topics? How about you, Corey?
Yep.
I'm ready to get into some topics. You don't sound excited, Corey.
That was the send off, right?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, dude.
Boom.
Greetings again. Welcome to Season 2 of Off the Pad Podcast. The podcast serving you non-stop funny without interruption. Now sit back, relax, clock out, and get ready for the best moments of your day.
Yo, this Chameleon Rod, man, and you rolling, you listening, you in the zone with my man, Jay Toller and Corey Marshall. Off the Pad, baddest podcast on this side of the universe. You heard it from me, right, man? I'm out.
Thank you to the following people for providing today's topics. Lynn Walbon, Shelitha Austin, Laurie Lindberg, Cameron Gilbert, Sonia Beaver, and Letitia Folks. Now without further ado, I present to you two of the funniest, flyest, freshest soul brothers around. Joy Toller and Corey Marshall.
Hey, yo. I wonder if this is annoying or not. I tried to do the, what's the dude on SpongeBob? The little pirate dude. He's like, who lives in the ocean under the sea? That's not what he said. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Whatever that was. I think it's pretty cool that you can keep that little note for so long. That's pretty dope.
I go hold my breath for a very long time.
That's just nice to know.
I don't know why. That's not like a 6-year-old. I can hold my breath for a really long time.
Like, why would I
Like
care
you're
to
taking a
know
long
about that?
trip with. How come kids always did like, yeah, if you're in a room with them, they always tell you stuff that they can do. Like it's just like, I can do such and such. I know such and such. And okay, kid, shut up.
Nah, I don't know too many kids to do that, but
Yeah, the ones I know are just annoying. And I guess
but I lost. I was talking to this 7-year-old, and she told me how many oceans we had, and I told her she was wrong.
What did she say we
and
had?
She turned out to be right.
Was it 4?
No, we have 5 oceans.
Oh, let me name them.
Okay.
Do you know them?
I know them now because
All
this little 7-year-old little genius kid that I got upset with because I thought she was wrong.
It's the Atlantic, the Indian.
I'm not gonna validate anything until you get to.
All right, fine. Was the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian? Did I say Atlantic? Atlantic, Pacific, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and the That's all I know.
Right, that's why I said 4 too. But this little 7-year-old was like, "No, there's 5," and I was like, "There's not
What's
5."
the 5th ocean?
It's
The Frank Ocean. What's the topic? Let's go.
It's the Southern Ocean. I'll educate you guys.
The what?
Southern Ocean,
Ain't no such thing as
also
the Southern
called
Ocean.
the Antarctic Ocean.
Oh, I said that.
Nope, you
I
said,
said
Arctic
Arctic?
Ocean.
Oh, well, I was going to say Antarctic, but I thought they were like one of the same. Even though they are different poles.
So what's they're not different poles. They're down at the South Pole.
Both oceans, the Antarctic and the Southern Ocean, is down at the same pole?
Well,
That can't be right.
They're the same ocean. The Antarctic and the Southern Ocean are the same ocean.
The Antarctic and the Arctic Ocean
Are
one
not
is
the same.
Arctic is up top.
It is
It
not.
should be near Antarctica.
And Antarctica is at the bottom. It's at the Southern Pole.
The Arctic Ocean is up top.
No,
How is the Antarctica Ocean at the bottom with Antarctica? That don't make sense.
that you don't make sense because that does make sense.
If
So,
you said the Antarctica's on the bottom, then the Antarctica Ocean should be on the bottom.
that is correct.
And I said the Arctic Ocean is at the top.
That is incorrect.
So where's the Arctic Ocean?
At the bottom.
How is it at the bottom if the
That's my
Antarctica
point.
Ocean is at the bottom?
The Antarctic Ocean just became an ocean
But that don't count.
recognized by some geologists
No, that's
like
just
in
stupid.
2005.
No, he's wrong. That's probably the same guy that said Pluto's not a planet. So-
Yeah.
No, the little kid is wrong.
There are some scientists or geologists, whatever their field is, that disagree with the difference between the Arctic and the Antarctic Ocean.
Okay.
There's some people say no, they're the same water, they flow in the same water, and it's the same ocean, just the Arctic Ocean. But then the other people's like, no, here's fact, and here's why they're different, and they name it all the stuff, and because of the currents is this way, and because of this barrier, and blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. But that's why it's a 5th ocean.
All right. So, in all theory, I was taught in school there was only 4 oceans.
Yes.
All right. So I was right.
And after you got out of school, they found another one.
Oh, well, they didn't find another one. They
They distinguished.
just said, no, we need another ocean.
The same thing
We
happened.
need another textbook. That's what they said.
Excuse me, before you guys continue, let me interject with a minor correction. The Arctic Ocean is at the top, surrounding the North Pole. It does not run into the Southern Ocean at all.
Same thing happened with the planets. Like, I grew up knowing 9 planets in our
Pluto.
solar system,
Yeah.
and Pluto got taken out. It was
This is crazy.
yeah,
See, once we leave school, they just start changing stuff.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like the whole theory. Like, it's not a cookie; it's a fig Newton. No, it's a cookie.
Well, you can't disrespect Fig Newtons like that.
Fig Newton is just a cookie.
A Fig Newton is a delicious treat, and I would not compare that to a cookie.
Okay, well, whatever, yo.
Yeah, Fig Newtons. Don't you disrespect Fig Newtons like that?
Fig Newtons is nothing but a cookie.
That's like telling me I'm just a person. It's like, do you know how awesome I am?
But you are a person.
But I'm more than no, I'm joking.
You're a fake Newton.
We didn't start the topics. Let's go.
I thought
Round 1. Speed topics. Eating someone's food that looks good, but tastes horrible, while they are looking at you.
I had an experience related to this as a kid. I was like 8, and I went to my neighbor's house across the street.
Mm-hmm.
I was cool with the dude. There was the kids were my age, so I went to his parents' house to eat spaghetti, and I love my mama's spaghetti. Nobody to this day can make spaghetti like my mama's. I will put my mom spaghetti.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Dude.
Don't do it.
Ain't nobody messing with my mom's
Don't
spaghetti.
do it. I'm telling you, dog.
Dude,
don't do it.
man, I will.
Don't
I
do
will
it.
put her spaghetti against any person,
Don't do
any
it.
store, any recipe. You can give me the most.
Okay.
The chef with the best.
I thought you were gonna say against somebody else's mama. Let's say, my mama can make some spaghetti. Don't.
I'll put her against anybody's
Don't
mama.
do it. Don't do it.
Your mama spaghetti ain't got on my mama spaghetti.
Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, so what's up with the story? We'll come back to that.
All right. Well, anyway, I had never had anybody else spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
I just love my mama's spaghetti so much. So when they said they was cooking spaghetti, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good because I like spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
And I went over there, and I didn't like that spaghetti.
What was wrong with it?
It's just nasty. I don't know what. I can't tell you. Like the noodles didn't have a good texture, or the spaghetti sauce that they had was whack. I don't know.
All right.
But it was just nasty. And then I was like, but they made me a big plate. And it was like, oh, you like to eat? And I was like, yeah. And they gave me this big plate. And I was like, oh, God. Like after the first bite, and I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And me being 8, I kept taking the fork to the dog under the table.
I know people actually do that.
Oh, absolutely. Like I didn't know what else to
under
do.
the table. That's crazy.
And being grown now, looking back at it, that was like one of the nastiest things because I was feeding the dog with the fork, but I would come back and I would eat like another bite. But I didn't even think about that.
You just want to give it and say whatever's in his dog's mouth is way better than what's on this plate. I'd rather catch what's in his dog's mouth than catch his spaghetti right quick.
It was some nasty spaghetti.
All right, now I have one dilemma with spaghetti in general. I will only eat spaghetti if it's separate. It has to have the noodles and the sauce.
Come
separate.
on, seriously?
Yes.
That's super whack.
No. So, would you even telling me that you like it in the same pot? Like, no, like we're just in different leagues altogether.
I think that's probably why I didn't like my neighbor's spaghetti because their moms they had the noodles over here and then
why.
they had the stuff over there.
That's
and I was
the
like,
only
what
way
is that?
to eat pasta.
Because my mom
That's
don't
the
do that.
only-
She mix
see?
it up.
And so that's I would say don't do it. Just don't have the spaghetti off with the moms. Because if your mom makes it in the same pot, brother,
If your mom makes it separate, I'd be like, yo, why she segregating the meal?
I mean, but that's
Spaghetti
like
is a combined meal.
nah. When them spaghetti, that's like jailhouse spaghetti, yo.
Nah,
or like
see-
or like church house spaghetti.
See what your mom does, and I'm sorry to talk about your mom and with anybody else. It's not
we
just
gonna
your
talk
mom.
about, if we gonna talk about mothers, then let's talk about this spaghetti in the same pot. Like, what is she trying to hide?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. What y'all fixing is noodles and sauce. Y'all not fixing spaghetti. You're fixing noodles and sauce. You gotta separate it when you name your meal, because spaghetti is together. That's what makes it what it is. You can't just be like, oh, this is just spaghetti noodles. Anybody, that's regular. You just take the spaghetti noodles and you put it in a pot and you boil it. That's spaghetti. If you really want to like be all technical, that's just the spaghetti. And then you add sauce on it. Now, this is spaghetti and sauce and meat sauce, or this spaghetti and meatballs. That's whack to me. You put it together. That makes the meal the meal.
All right, and I do want to apologize to all the listeners who just heard that explanation. There's only one way to eat spaghetti, and that's to have spaghetti noodles and then a proportionate amount of sauce added on top of your noodles so that you get a different texture and feeling for what's on that plate.
You ever had it with applesauce?
I mean, I've had it with applesauce, and when I was 6, I enjoyed it with applesauce. Now I was just like, I don't have to have applesauce because I can chew food now. Because I can chew food now, so I don't have to have baby food with my spaghetti, which was in the same pot. So I mean, I can eat regular food now, so it's not a problem. I don't have to have all my food.
Whatever
put together for me and fed to me with a spoon.
The spaghetti mixed with the noodles and the sauce is delicious, and the meat. Like my mom would like cook hamburger, like she would chop up. Mm-hmm. She would fix ground hamburger.
Did you cook it in like a big cauldron as well?
Shut up.
Like a big cauldron pot and just dropping stuff in there. Oh, this should taste good.
So if you came over for dinner.
That's a good question. If I came over to your house
and I offered you some spaghetti
and it was in the same pot, I wouldn't eat it.
What'd you do?
I wouldn't eat it.
You say, no, I'm not hungry
I
now.
be, hey, well, before you put it on the plate, do you have a dog?
All right.
Depending on that answer, it depends on whether or not I'll take the plate or not.
Next topic.
Annoying coworkers.
What I don't like is the people that are the annoying coworkers who don't recognize it.
That's an issue as well.
Like,
Yeah.
you people get on my nerves.
Yeah.
I think there are more people who are annoying coworkers.
And
who
even
don't
after we
recognize
say it, they probably still don't recognize it.
yeah, they're probably laughing with us.
They're
I
probably
hate those
talking
people.
now. Look, y'all, listen to this. He's talking about. We know who he's talking about.
Yeah, it's like I hate the people I work on this podcast with. Like,
Especially those people that eat spaghetti in the same pot. That's so annoying when they bring that to the office party.
right, whatever. Like you're the annoying one, Corey. If I wasn't clear
Oh, I'm sorry.
with that garbage,
That
you
was
talking.
over my head.
Whatever. Nah, man. But yeah, that's never good. I say nah, man. But yeah,
I follow.
I knew what I meant.
I know what you meant.
I had this girl I used to work with.
But we're gonna talk about them. So we're gonna talk about the people.
They don't know. Yeah,
Okay,
I ain't talked to them in forever.
let's do it.
It was Dairy Queen.
Oh,
I worked
all
at
right.
Dairy Queen 15 years ago.
I was listening to you worked at Dairy Queen for 15 years, but you used to be the Dairy King. Nothing against anybody at work. It's a good career job.
No, there's absolutely something against people who've been at Dairy Queen 15 years. I don't care which department you've in Dairy
Again, I'm
Queen.
sorry for my listeners.
No, do not apologize for that. No, this is a public service announcement. If you've been at Dairy Queen 15 years, you can stop. And by stop, I mean stop. I don't mean stop working at Dairy Queen. You just need to stop. Like your life, stop. Just stop being. Like there's no way you should be.
We get
at Dairy
it.
Queen.
We get it. We get
Like,
it.
dude,
We get it.
I know that would be an annoying person. If I work with somebody at Dairy Queen and they
And they've
said
been
I've
there
been
for
here
15
for 15 years, you're automatically annoying. And nothing you can ever say to me would make me think that you're not annoying. I'd hate you. You better not work at a Dairy Queen for longer than 5
Don't
years
give
is
a
a
time
stretch.
span. Okay.
5 years is a stretch.
It's different if you're in management because it turns to like it's a money maker.
Absolutely,
It's a career.
They're not making money.
I don't know, but I'm assuming
No,
you
they're
are.
not. You're not making money as a manager at Dairy Queen. If you're not owning if you don't own a franchise, be a franchise owner. Start your own Dairy Queen.
Well, all right. I used to work at
I'm so
KFC,
sorry.
and I was working at KFC for a very long
Don't say
time.
5 years, Corey.
I was working at KFC for over
Corey,
5 years.
oh my God,
I was working for KFC maybe 10.
jeez,
Maybe 10
You
years.
serious?
That's my first job out of high school.
I'm not surprised you got divorced.
Out of high school.
Jeez,
Out of high school.
You
And then I
deserve
got that job pretty much when I was married and I was a manager. So, I mean, it was just like, I was making pretty good money.
no, you weren't.
I was making pretty good
You
money.
know, here's the thing, people. Here's the thing. You think you're making pretty good money because you're making more money than what you made at the previous role or something.
I-
But that doesn't mean you're making good money. You Google, so look at statistics on median to pay and all and average pay and all that.
All right, well, here we go. I'll tell you what I was making. I was 23 years old. I was making $31,000 at 23 years old. That's pretty good money.
Okay, that is yeah, all right.
And that's not including bonuses.
Like, don't do Dairy Queen again. I had a
There's
story.
nothing wrong with Dairy Queen if you are there for what I'm saying.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make people hate. Hey, I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about another
I
coworker.
don't even know what
had.
the topic was. This annoying coworkers?
Yeah, because we didn't got off of that. I had an annoying coworker. I ain't even talk about the Dairy Queen situation because I'm. Anyway, I was a manager of a Hollywood video movie rental store
Oh, yeah.
when I was 19.
Also, which is my favorite podcast episode when Jay talks about the incident that happened at the Hollywood video store, season 1.
Oh,
I think that was episode was it episode?
that was like episode 1
I
or
think it was
2.
episode 1, but that was like one of the funniest stories ever.
That story was not funny.
That story was hilarious. That's one of my favorite stories. But
yeah.
what's up?
So it was there, and I was 19. And I was a manager, and I didn't like how some of the older coworkers were so insubordinate because I was young. Like they were in their 30s, 40s, and they didn't want to take instruction from a 19-year-old manager. So they would talk to me like I was just a kid.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I'm your boss. I mean, I didn't say it like that.
That sounds like a kid. Well, I'm your boss, you poop head. I wouldn't like you either.
I didn't talk like that to them. But they just immediately showed me disrespect because of our age difference and role difference. I'm
It's
like,
understandable.
well, you've been here longer than me, but I'm the manager. Evaluate yourself before you come talk to me like that.
But you was the annoying coworker. You was the annoying coworker.
I didn't try to rub it in anybody's face. I just tried to be a good manager.
Anytime you say, I'm the manager, you just think about your life choices. I'm not rubbing it in your face, but
I feel like the president goes to that. I'm relating myself and my position there to the president because he goes to that all the time. It's like, what makes you think you could do this? Well, I'm the president, and you're not. So here's what I say, and here's what I think, and you do this.
I can dig it.
Whatever. I'm doing way better than that guy now. I hate him.
What is most misunderstood about the black man, the white man, or the woman of any race?
It sounds like the beginning of a joke. Black man, white man, and a woman of any race walk into a bar. The bartender says, "No, how did this woman get in here?"
I can't speak for every black man or every white man.
I can't speak for any
or
white
every
man.
woman.
But
But I'll tell you what's most misunderstood about me.
okay.
Let's tell you about what's most misunderstood about Jaye. And this ain't got nothing to do with me being black, white, or a woman.
Just got something with you being Jaye.
Yeah.
All right.
Most misunderstood about me, I think my sense of humor is most misunderstood.
That's a good one.
Because there's some things that I feel are jokes when I say them or tell them.
Mm-hmm.
And other people might not see them as jokes, and they take offense or associate an offense to someone else, and I didn't mean it that way. That's it. That's most misunderstood about me.
I think the most understood about me is that people think
The most understood about you?
the most understood, is that it?
No, the most misunderstood. But
The
you
most-
said the
well,
most understood.
The most, no, I said
The most,
misunderstood.
the most misunderstood is your language.
It's my speaking ability. I think the most misunderstood thing is that people think that I can answer for all black people.
Yes.
And I can't. You know, I can only answer for my experiences and my interactions. I can't answer for other people because I'm not them. I haven't experienced what they experience. I can guess, I can speculate, but then again, so can you. But the only thing I can really give an answer for is the things that I've experienced.
You know what I mean, and I think that applies to everyone. That, you know, even like all the famous people in any industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me get your opinion on this. And it's like, well, that person doesn't represent all black people.
Yeah, and I don't want him to represent me, first of all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, I don't think anyone could speak to any of those questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does it mean to be black in America?
Mm-hmm.
All those questions. What does it mean to be white in America? I can't tell you what it means to be white in America, black in America, a girl, a man. And tell you what I feel like, you know, how I am in America.
I can tell you, I can guarantee this. You're going to be misunderstood no matter who you are or what you are. And that's going to always happen. And I think the one thing that we can do is just take time to get to know individual people and stop putting people in broad categories and trying to solve issues based on whole categories of people.
There are some people that I absolutely would judge off of looks and make certain assumptions about, and I will not get to take the time to get to know them. I will admit that. There's some people I just don't want to take time to get to know. I could be totally wrong.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I don't know what you mean.
If I see a dude with nothing but a wife beat on,
Well, I'm talking about race of people. I'm talking about races of people.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm about to go.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about races of people. Like if you just see a Caucasian, I can't speak. I wouldn't ask one Caucasian to represent all Caucasians. Or if I see a Mexican, I wouldn't ask one Mexican to represent all Mexicans because I automatically don't assume he. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know about that one. I'd probably ask a Mexican to represent all the Mexicans. Like they seem like a pretty nick.
And they say the same thing about us too. It's just like, hey.
Whatever. What's most misunderstood about black man, white man, and a woman? Everything.
What is more dangerous ground for a comedian today? Ethnic humor, jokes about homosexuality, or religion?
I think all three if the comedian is not funny.
Okay. I mean, I can respect that. I was going to say it depends on who you're performing in front of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're performing in front of an atheist crowd and all you're talking about is Jesus, Allah, and whatever other God names there, Jehovah, and you talk, that one might not be so bad because they probably laugh at those. So, yeah, because they don't believe in it. So if you were in front of a Catholic church, but all your jokes centered around Allah,
mm-hmm.
and that might not go so well.
Well, I kind of heard the question a little different. Like, what issues is hard for a comedian to talk about?
I believe she said, "What's more dangerous for a comedian to discuss?"
All right.
To make jokes
based
about.
off those three, I think the most dangerous one, based off today's society, would be the homosexual subject. One, religion is so talked about. Is one of the oldest things that people talk about. People protest against it in their jokes. I'm saying whatever. So that's expected to be bashed or whatever. Races has been talked about since the beginning of stand-up, whatever. So people are used to that being talked about. So they heard pretty much every joke that you could probably say. So that's expected to be talked about. So homosexual is a sensitive issue now in society, because it's viewed as a sensitive topic. It falls into things being politically correct, which people have issues with now. So I think that's probably one of the most dangerous things to talk about.
Well, well put. And I don't disagree with anything that you said. I definitely side with you that would be the most dangerous out of those choices. And right along the same lines. I mean, it's hot topic right now. There are protests going on about it, right? I mean, there are protests for the other stuff, but they've been going on forever. Like this is like the new hot topic.
Yeah.
Not saying that homosexuality didn't exist before. Like, see, now I'm trying to be careful and be PC.
Trying to be sensitive right now.
Right.
Too. Yeah.
Right. It's been going on, but now it's like it's in the front pages in society right now. Somebody has to get a hold of these, and we can get in trouble.
Oh well. We could just say, well, and then they'll have to believe me. I mean, they'll just have to believe us. I mean, why can't I be one? I don't understand. I'm talking about myself. Why I can't talk about myself? We got an issue.
I was trying to hide it. Trying to hide it.
Yes, I don't know. It is a touchy issue, man. Because I guess it's something that's targeted so much that it's just a touchy subject right now. So people, whenever it's brought up, people are always on the defense about it anyway.
Now, saying all that, while I believe, these subjects can be dangerous and while homosexuality could be the most dangerous, I still believe that as a comedian, there's no subject that you can't talk about.
That's why I say it's got to be funny.
If it's funny, exactly.
You did your job.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, period. So if I got some ethnic jokes or some homo jokes or some religious jokes, and if I believe they're funny and if I believe I deliver them, present them correctly in front of a crowd and they laugh, then I'll go for it. But you just can't go out religion bashing and culture bashing and homosexuality bashing and think that's funny if it's not.
Do most men prefer natural hair or relaxed hair?
I don't know what most men prefer, but I know I prefer natural hair. I actually like the texture of natural hair. I like the way it looks. It looks like something I want to touch. So I like the way it looks.
I know that one's for me is weird. It's like I guess I can't say if I prefer natural or relaxed hair. I have to answer that question differently. I would like to rub my fingers through a girl's hair, through a girl's head.
Okay.
To me, that's dope. Like when me and my girl are chilling and just holding each other or whatnot, I could. Why you tripping? Don't be mad.
I'm just laughing.
Don't be mad because you ain't got a girl.
At this time before we said you're holding each other. I don't know, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's
all right.
That's romantic. We're romantic.
All right, that's cool.
I can hold my woman when we hug.
All right, I just picture y'all outside on a little picnic and a little blanket holding each other.
We wouldn't be outside on the picnic. All them bugs outside. I'm playing with
She's
bugs.
holding you. It's just a bug, J.A. It's just a bug.
Well, it's like watching a movie or something, man, and just it's just a soothing feeling when I rub her head.
Okay.
And I could rub my fingers through her hair. She has locks. My girl has locks. But she has really long locks, and that's cool. I can rub my fingers through just fine. But I've seen some natural hair chicks, or who say they're natural hair, but they're like super nappy, and it's like, man, if I were trying to rub my finger through her head, my finger would break trying to get out of her hair.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Like, as long as I can get my fingers in your hair, I'm good. Like, I don't, if it gets stuck in there, I'm just holding on to your head longer than anticipated. That's all. I mean, yeah. So as long as I can get my fingers in your hair, I'm good. And I just like the look, like I said, of the natural hair. I'm not against relaxed hair because that could be very attractive as well. But I really am a sucker for natural hair. As long as it's well taken care of, you know what I'm saying? Not like you have never touched it. That's not on whatever. That's not natural.
But some people call that natural. They don't do nothing to it. Wake up, don't do nothing to it. I mean, at least to me, it's like comb it.
Do something. I mean, like even like
dry.
animals straighten the hair out. You know what I'm saying? Like they straighten the fur out and stuff. But they lick the fur to make sure it's presentable and not matted down. So I mean, yeah,
right.
Do something with your natural hair. You don't have to let it knot up and kink up. No.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. That's why that one was tough. But I feel like we're on the same page with that.
But I'm not against it if you do. I'm not saying I don't like you as a person.
I'm not saying I don't like you as a person. I'm saying I don't like your hairstyle if that's what you do.
Yeah.
And that's word. It's coming from Jai Toller. You sleep on your hair and don't do nothing with it when you wake up. I don't like it. That's that.
That's very extreme. But as long as I can get my fingers in it, and I'm okay.
I need to get my fingers in it and out. Like with ease. I don't want to have to come up with some kind of master plan. All right, if I move this finger here and turn this one to the left.
Gotta put your foot on her face. Just kind of pull.
Yeah. I don't want none of that.
Venus flytrap. I like the kinky twist.
I wish I had natural hair.
I wish I had hair.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have fake hair. I guess that's a weird way to say it.
And Jai with a little weave.
I actually had weave in my hair for about a week.
week ago.
I had cornrows when I was a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow.
they weren't growing so much. And the girl used to do my hair. She was like, I'm dead serious. He was like,
I believe you.
she was like, weave helps your hair grow faster.
Wow.
And she was like, let me just put just a couple. It was like extensions or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
just to make my braids longer. And she was like, leave this in for like 3 weeks, and then it'll help your hair grow.
Did she give you some magic beans as well to bring home?
She didn't, but she put beads on my hair, on the end of my cornrows. The little wooden,
I know
wooden
you're
African
saying.
beads. I rocked it for about a week, and I couldn't take it because she told me to keep it in for 3 weeks. But I was working in a shoe store in the mall, and all the chicks was coming up in there like, "Yo, what? Just last week your hair was this, your hair was this." And I had to get rid of it after a week. I was like, I can't do it. I'll just not have long cornrows.
By the way, I said that she give you magic beans as well.
I heard what you said. And I
Okay.
said no.
I was talking about Jack and the Beanstalk reference to where.
I know what you're talking
okay, just
about.
make sure. All right.
But I said she put beads in my hair.
I got you.
Can you stop making that noise on the microphone?
I'm sorry.
Your next topic.
How many ways are there to cook chicken?
I know only one way to cook chicken, and that's till it's done.
Okay. If you can cook chicken every way. I don't understand this question.
I mean, nah, but I think there's something about, do you want to fry it? You want to bake it?
Well, there's
You
not a
wanna
way.
boil it?
Is there a cooking preparation where chicken could not be applied to?
What?
You can do everything. You can fix chicken in any way.
I tell you one way I don't want to eat chicken.
Name it.
Boiled. I don't want to eat no boiled chicken.
But you can.
I don't want to eat it.
I've had boiled chicken.
I can imagine it's probably in a cauldron with just spaghetti that's in the same sauce.
What does broiled mean?
Broiled means it's, I don't know, in the oven, ain't it? It's not cooked in grease.
That's not baked?
No, broiled is like totally different bake. Well, hold up. First of all, I'm a man that doesn't really know like cooking stuff, but I know this. I put something in the oven, and I have an option to either bake it or broil it, and it's still in the oven. And broil is like on the top part that the top thing comes on when I push broil.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's all I know.
So why wouldn't you want to broil a chicken? You don't even know what it does.
No, I said boil, B-O-I-L.
Oh, boiled.
I want to eat boiled chicken,
Okay.
like boil it in water.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it.
Why?
It's disgusting.
If you boil it long enough, it'll be cooked.
I just don't want to eat boiled chicken.
You
You
can
know how?
fix anything as long as it's done. That's what you said. You cook it until it's done. That's the best way to cook chicken.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to eat it though. But hold on, I might be contradicting myself now. But isn't that what the crock pot does? It boils the chicken pretty much.
Did you asking? I don't cook.
Oh, well, I don't know. Well, ladies, I know y'all understand the question. Wait, ooh, that was bad. But I mean, but all right, ladies understand. You know, crock pot stuff. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, that's boiling, I guess.
Yeah. So if something's
sits
in
in
a crock
water
pot,
and
it
it's
sits
hot.
in. Yeah, and then, yeah. All right, well, I guess I had it, but I don't call it boiled. I wouldn't eat it if you say I got some boiled chicken.
Well, I don't know, because crock pot you put the top on.
Yeah, it's still boiled. I mean, you put tops on when you boil stuff.
Do you? I thought you just leave it
Yeah,
open.
because you boil spaghetti.
I don't put the top on the spaghetti when I boil spaghetti.
I put the top on sometimes.
Nah, leave the top off.
I did the top on too, but I was just trying to say I can put the top on. You
I
can
don't
put the top on and it won't do nothing.
I don't know if top on or off distinguishes between boiling and not boiling or not.
I don't think so. But just the top.
All right, so you've had boiled chicken. So there's no wrong way to fix chicken. You can grill it, crock pot it, you can Foreman it, George Foreman grill it, bake it, fry it, deep fry
All
it,
right, I got it.
microwave.
The
Probably don't want to microwave a whole chicken, but
friction it.
rotisserie, what you say?
Friction it.
Friction it.
Friction it.
What you mean, like rub two
Like
chickens
kids
together?
keep rubbing it together. So the natural heat just cooks the chicken. I wouldn't want to eat it like that.
I wouldn't want to eat anything like that. You can bonfire chicken.
Bonfire?
Yeah. What is that?
I
What do you
guess
call
like
that?
you cook like I don't know. You be out in the open, but like a whole bunch of teenagers, and then
Is that rotisserie?
no, that's like the bonfire. They put sticks and stuff on there, and then they
Yeah. If
just
you,
burn
if you
everything.
rotate a joint, you rotate a chicken over a flame, over an open flame.
That's roasted. That means you roasted
Roasted.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no wrong way to fix chicken.
Microwave.
I'll eat it out the microwave.
You just put a whole chicken in the microwave and like just cook it.
Yeah, while it's alive, just go for gold. Just save this chicken until it stop clucking. That's so
Till
mean.
the chicken stops clucking.
You know the chicken came before the egg.
Nope, I think the egg came before the chicken.
It can't happen that way.
It can happen that way.
It didn't.
It did. It's easier to create an egg than it is to create a chicken.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
God made Adam and Eve.
Exactly.
He didn't make babies. He made Adam and Eve.
Yeah, they didn't come from an egg either.
I'm saying he made adults so they can make children. So he made the chicken so they can make baby eggs, baby chickens.
Baby eggs.
You can't make the egg.
Make baby eggs.
If you started with an egg and the chicken hatched, he wouldn't know what to do. Cause
Who
chicken,
wouldn't know what to do?
the chick,
Yes, he would, because he'd be the first one.
he wouldn't. He was a baby. That's why God
It's
didn't
natural
make,
instinct, first of all.
God
when it
didn't
comes
make
to
infants.
Well, first of all,
Because infants wouldn't know how. We wouldn't have nothing to do if we was babies from when we started.
all right, now, first of all, what if he did make Adam and Eve as
Chicks
babies and
don't-
they grew up into
How would they have grown up? What would they have eaten at? What?
eating?
What
What
would they have
They
eaten?
just eat.
Babies don't just eat.
Babies do just eat. They put anything in their mouth. And they was in a garden. Do you know how much fruit and stuff is available? Maybe God fed them. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that.
I asked him before.
This is Queer Marshall signing out.
Yeah, so the chicken came first.
No, the egg came first.
Chicken had to go, and then they had to meet the hen and the other one, the rooster. Then they made the egg, and then more chickens came.
I think the egg came first, and they hatched from the eggs.
But then they don't have like the skills. To
It's
do
natural
that.
instincts for animals.
Natural instinct for
Natural
chicks
instincts for
don't
animals.
allow them to go.
Natural
and eat.
instincts for animals in general. Like they don't have to have examples for how to be.
They
an animal.
absolutely do.
Humans don't have to do that.
Birds have to feed their baby birds.
The birds they
Out of their
feed
mouth.
the baby birds, but they don't have to.
The baby birds can't go find food by themselves.
Yes, they can. They just open up their mouth and open up their eyeballs and eat something.
What are they gonna eat?
Eat whatever goes in their mouth.
How they gonna get to it?
They fly to it or they
They
walk
can't
to
fly
it.
as babies. They don't know how to walk.
They. What are you talking? Next topic.
Round 2. Discussion topics. The moment you learn that you can't really trust everybody.
That's a thinker.
I don't know if there was a particular moment, but I know it was really young, at a young age. But you know what? When I realized, I could say this. A moment I realized when I couldn't trust anybody was when I tricked somebody.
Yo, that's dope because I was about to say the same, kind of along the same
And
lines.
I realized that they couldn't trust me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So then I kind of got the idea, well, if I could be this shiesty, then I think other people can be just as shiesty as I can be.
I agree with that 100%. I was about to say the same, something along the same lines because I used to get my older brother in trouble a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I had a brother that was 5 years older than me, and I used to pick on me,
Mm-hmm.
but it was playful, you know. But when my mom would come around, I would like do something to agitate him, and wait for him to like hit me and push me. But then I'd like jump down on the floor face first and cry and scream that he pushed me down, and then he would always get beatings. And he was like, "Ma, I didn't do that. Ma, I didn't do that." And I used to just laugh to myself because he didn't really push me that hard. He might touch me on the shoulder, and I would run to the wall and hit my head, and then I'd scream, "Ma, you pushed me!" And then she turned around and just whip his tail.
You was a crazy girlfriend.
Yeah, but it worked. Worked for a couple of years. So my mom caught me one day. I didn't know she was in the hall. She was at the end of the hall. It was a long hall. She was at the end of it, and I didn't see her come out of her room. And my older brother pushed me, and I took off and just ran into the wall at the other end of the hall. And I, boom, "Ma, he pushed me." And she was like, "Oh, my God, this whole time?" And I was like, "Yeah, this whole time he was pushing me." She was like, "No, this whole time you've been faking it. I saw you run down the hall." And I was like, "No, Ma, he pushed me." And I'm still trying to lie. She was like, "No, he did." And my brother was like, "Finally, thank you."
That's funny.
And gave me one of the worst beatings in my life. Because
Did
she
you
know
fly into the
how
wall
many times she
after
beat
your mother
him.
beat you?
I should have. And then ran to grandma.
And they call the police.
I didn't, but yeah, that was. But I knew that, people would be shady
Yeah.
just because of those stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, trusting people. I also learned too from my parents when they told me about Santa Claus. I kind of caught on to that. It's like, well, Dad, it's like Santa Claus ain't real, and I was like so excited about Santa Claus. Like, man, that's messed up. People will actually trick you.
Do you remember when they told you that Santa Claus wasn't real?
Yeah, and it wasn't they never told me he wasn't real. It's like I just wanted to believe in Santa Claus, and I knew he wasn't real. And then it was when my sister was born. She was maybe like 2. I was just wrapping presents to my pops, and I was like, "Pops, is Santa Claus real?" And he was just like, "What do you think?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, he's not, but you got to help your sister believe." And I was like, "I could do that." So, but yeah, they never outright told me that, hey, Santa Claus ain't real. Like, wake up, like you're adopted, nothing like that.
I mean, I'm sure everybody would agree that. I mean, it hurts really bad late in your later years of life when you put your trust into someone and then they betray it. You know what I mean? Like, I hate those lessons. I hate those life lessons where it's like, "Nah, man, this person would never do this, or this person would never say that," and I can give my life, I can leave my life in this person's hands and run away, and then I'll come back and my life will be the way I left it. They'll take care of it, and then they do something. And it's like, "Oh my God, really? Like, you would do this to me? Like all the trust and faith I put in you?" And I hate those kind of lessons. I mean, I'm sure everybody has had experiences with whether it's a friend,
It's still having those lessons, yeah.
a friend that betrayed them,
Family member,
significant other, a family member. Yeah, it's sad when stuff like that happens. It makes me want to fight people. It's like, why would you betray me like that? I want like stick a sword in your neck. Like I don't like that. Like, I mean, I'm thinking
it's
about
a
like
weapon of choice, but I ain't.
I just started thinking about like the medieval times you betrayed me.
That's
Like,
exactly what
but I don't like it. I mean, I don't think anybody likes it, but just talk about it because nobody else is talking. So I'm just.
Well, I know you was like leaving space, but this is an uncomfortable situation. But it's something that definitely happens, yo. And for the most part, I don't. All the time is not intentional either. You know what I'm saying? It could be a situation where something just didn't work out.
I think I'm a trustworthy person to anyone, and barring any unintentional things, you can put your trust in me.
I'm debatable. Just giving you a heads up, guys.
Well, that's an honest thing to say.
I mean, but I will let you know. Like, that's over my head, or it's gonna be lacking. But I'll let you know. But yeah. Usually I deliver. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna lie. Usually I come through on stuff, but man, nah. Don't depend. You know, if I say I can do something, if I say I'm going to do it, eight times out of 10. I ain't gonna say 9 times because sometimes stuff happens. 8 times out of 10, it's done. 8 times out of 10, but there's always that 2%, that 20% chance.
That's a big percentage.
I did say 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So, but 20%, there's 20% chance that it's gonna rain.
How about you just don't say that you're gonna do something?
How about you just get out my face and stop trying to carry me when I already told you that it's debatable for me. No. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, like, if I can't do something, I pretty much will. I don't have a problem saying I can't do it because I know if I can. But then I'm just giving myself some leeway. Like, if I say something's gonna get done, it usually gets done. But there's a chance it may not get done. But you're gonna be well aware. It's not gonna be like a surprise. And that's honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know I wouldn't say nothing that I wouldn't be able to do.
That's good for you. You figured out life.
I'm not gonna figure out life.
You just won. You just Super Saiyan there.
Shut up.
Giant old perfect golden boy. There was.
Barring anything unintentional.
Yeah.
I mean, no, if it's all within my power, and then I say I'll do something, I'll follow through with it.
You need to challenge yourself. I do the impossible. That's why I always have challenges. I do. I always take on the impossible. So it's just like, it's impossible to do it, but it's just like, you know what? There's an 80% chance I can do it. But that 20%, may not get done. But for the most part, I'm pretty good on that.
Bad kids in church.
What about bad kids anywhere?
I say get rid of them.
I say,
No, I'm joking.
I was going to say, send them to the altar and beat them.
I think bad kids are a reflection of bad parents.
Not all the time.
Boom.
Not all the time.
I took it there.
That's very deep.
Zinger.
That's very deep, and that's debatable. You could just have some bad kids.
That's because you a bad parent.
No, I disagree, man. You can have some.
Absolutely not.
I know some really, really, really great parents.
They seem like great parents, Corey.
Great parents, and they have some bad kids.
No, they don't. They seem like
do.
great parents. But obviously they're not if their kids are running amok.
Nah, this is some bad kids. Some kids just don't comprehend
There's no such
stuff.
thing.
There is such thing. What is you talking?
Their kids they grow up learning what they see and what they're taught and what they other people do.
Nah.
If you raise them right, then that's it.
I disagree because
You can't disagree.
I can disagree.
No, you can't.
I can't.
It's impossible. There's a 20% chance and you're wrong 100% of it.
I had some great parents.
Your parents were not. No, I'm joking.
I had some great parents. And there was a time in my life where I was a bad kid because I wanted to be a bad kid. And I knew my values. I just knew how to not let my parents know what I was doing.
Well, then, sounds like as great as they were great enough.
They were great because because when I did bad.
They should have been better. They should have been superb.
But here's the thing. When I was doing bad, I knew I was doing bad. And I knew I was not following my parents' example.
Oh, okay.
So it's not always the parents. Sometimes it is the kid that chooses to be disobedient or chooses to be rebellious. And that's the things that I chose to do.
Well,
I knew I was doing wrong.
That's not going to happen in my house because my kids aren't going to have choices. They're not going to be able to choose to rebel. They're going to be beaten to submission.
Please, may I have some more? More?
Folks, I'm just joking.
You're going to name your kid Oliver?
About all this.
Oliver and Annie?
I did not believe that this is parents' fault when they have bad kids. I'm sure Corey has some beautiful parents and upbringing.
And a lot of our listeners as well.
Just joking.
He was dead serious. His face was red.
But yeah, my kids will absolutely be obedient.
I will hope so.
I won't have kids.
I will hope so. Oh, you're just gonna kill them? You said my kids will be obedient.
You heard what I said.
Or I just won't have kids.
Oh, they gonna go somewhere else. I ain't said I'm gonna kill them, but they're not gonna be in the house of Jaye Tola.
That's funny. You
want to rebel? All right. You gonna live with Corey Marshall? Go do that. Go live with Uncle Corey.
You can live with Uncle Corey. You'll be hanging in that closet.
Don't say that. I might as well kill him myself. You gonna hang him in the closet?
I didn't say I was gonna kill him. I just said you make it seem like that's like a plan. Like once you start hanging in the closet, the next step, you know what it is. No, I'm just gonna hang him in the closet. You say I might as well kill him myself.
I don't like bad kids in church though.
Yeah,
if I'm trying to get my praise
though.
on and hear the word and receive it, and you got a noisy kid, I think you, out of respect for all the other people, take the kid out and come back in.
Or just don't come to church.
Leave the kid outside. I think it's God's. This is God's land.
Just don't come to church. In God's land, don't come to God's land.
I'm saying leave him here, be safe. That's what I'm saying. Be safe on God's parking lot. Don't do that, people.
You gotta do that. Your kid is distracted. You can't control him. Don't bring him inside the house. Leave him in the parking lot. Leave him at home. Leave him with Satan. Leave him with Satan at home.
He'll treat him real nice.
Hang him in the closet. He'll broil him. Broil your bad kid. All right, we're getting off topic. It's stupid. But
man, I don't like it. It's annoying.
It's distracting. And why? Here's one thing I can't understand. I can't understand why parents are bringing kids to church and just ignore the kid. Like they're enjoying the service and the kid leaves the parent. Sit with your kids. Sit with the kid. I understand why people just let the kids sit anywhere they want. I hate that. I don't like it.
I agree.
Yeah. If you go to church with your kid should be able to sit with you. And also I shouldn't say hate, but it gets on my nerves when your little kid is playing in the chair and then he's all over the place on the floor and he's in my chair now. Now it's a problem.
I've gone to some churches before where the preacher actually said something to parents whose children were acting up, and that they would stop their sermon. Hey, either take your kid to the nursery or take your kid out.
Take the kid to the nursery?
Yeah, the church had a little nursery.
Well, that's even worse. Not that, but I mean like.
Jeez.
No, I'm just saying like it's a kid like that age, you know what I'm saying, that's acting up and you got to be told to do something with them. That's just crazy.
I think the nursery went up to like 7.
Oh, never mind.
So maybe nursery isn't the right word. It's the place for kids.
I think you stopped going to nursery like 2 or 3. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
Well, so what do you call a place in church where the church was a place for kids?
Children's church. I don't know. Maybe your church calls it a nursery. I don't know.
Well, they told him to take the kid to the area where the other kids
or maybe
were.
He was trying to be funny. Take the kid to the nursery. He did.
But I wasn't mad at that either.
Yeah, get him out.
Saying something.
Yeah.
Right.
I hate it, yo.
I remember I spanked this kid in a food line.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my kid.
You spanked the kid in the food line?
On the hand.
Okay.
I was like 16, maybe 15, and I was reading a magazine, and this little kid, he was like 5, and he came and asked me could he see the magazine, and I was like, yeah, when I finished reading it, and then he snatched it out of my hand.
Wow.
And me having a little brother and sister, I had a little brother and sister who were 5, who were about his age. And so I took the magazine back and I slapped him on the hand. I was like, yo, you don't take nothing from an adult. Now, note, I was only like
I'm 16, yeah.
Right.
But I work at Hollywood Video, so I'm an adult.
I was working at Athlete's Foot back then, actually.
Okay.
And I said, actually, it was Dairy Queen. I was working Dairy Queen, but
understood.
But I slapped him on the head. I was like, you do not take anything out of an adult's hand. And he started crying. Then runs to his mom. Right. And I see his mom later, and he hit me. And his mom looked at me, and I was like, yes, I spanked your child on the hand because he took the magazine out of my hand. And she was like, well, that's what you get. You don't take nothing from nobody.
This is
And I
up.
was like,
That's a good mother.
I thought she was going to snap, and I was going to call my mom.
But I think that's what I would have told my son as well. Well, first of all, he's a stranger, so you're lucky that's all he did was spank you. Then I would have told you, don't you ever touch my son again. And I would have had to poke you in your eyeball. I would have had to hang you in the closet.
I hope I don't have no bad kids. When I do have kids.
I don't think I'm going
It's
to
not
have
really
bad
control.
kids because I think I'm going to be a good parent because I'm going to explain things to my kids.
You already shown that doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I'm going to explain to them if you do something and I find out, you're going to die. No, unless it's me.
That doesn't.
No,
That
but I
doesn't
mean,
deter them either.
no. But here's the thing: I don't. Whatever path my children choose to go, as long as they understand what I taught them, and as long as they know they're choosing to do wrong, then I can't do nothing for them. You know what I'm saying?
You've done your job.
I've done my job. They're their own person, and that's what they got to realize. You're your own person. You know what I'm saying? As long as you living on this roof, though, you're gonna have to do certain things. But if you choose to rebel, then hey, there are some repercussions for doing that. You're gonna get hurt.
You do think you can put your kids out of your house if they disrespect house rules?
It depends on how old they are. How old are they? When it comes to a certain age, if they're like 8, no, they're not going anywhere. I'm gonna just bang them up. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
I mean, they're getting beat. Yeah, they're gonna get beat.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm beating my kids.
Yeah.
That's already.
I'm not gonna
established.
abuse them. But
I'm a borderline it.
you said boil. I thought you said you're
I'm
gonna boil them. I'm about to say what? That's abuse.
I'm a borderline it. As far as spankers,
They're gonna understand that. You can't. They're gonna understand my authority. They're gonna understand my authority.
they gonna miss the next day in school.
Yeah. No, they're gonna go to school so the other kids can fear. They're gonna go to school. Yeah, they're gonna have the little brother's head on the stick. They're gonna stick it in front of the schoolyard. But yeah, they're gonna understand who holds the authority in the house. When they get to an age to where they feel like they can't respect the authority and they really are trying very hard to disregard the authority of the house, then that means they want to do it on their own. And they're going to do it on their own. And then so, hey, you kicked yourself out.
Yeah, no, I want to feel that way, and I believe that I can. But that's one of those things where it's like, all right, I might not be able to follow through with
I think I can follow through with it because if you're gonna be that bullheaded to understand that, to know you're doing wrong and still choose to go that direction, you're choosing to leave here, so you made that decision.
I agree. Like, no, I definitely agree.
You made that decision.
I definitely
buddy.
agree.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't know what my wife would say, and
if my wife doesn't understand who the authority is.
you can
she
leave.
will understand. And then he puts your head on the stick in front of the house.
Wife number 2, you better know better than this.
But and then again, too, that comes down to I think it comes down to me being in a position to lead the family correctly. You know what I'm saying? And my wife has a trust that I'm making the right decisions. So it's not just about me deciding something, but it's about me, of course, being led correctly. You know what I'm saying? And then so I hope my wife will understand that, okay, the decisions that I make are not just because I want to make a decision, but because I'm being led to make this decision properly. So she'll be comfortable with whatever, with me kicking him out, if it comes down to that.
Yeah.
And then if it's too much for me, he's going to be too much for her. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he just picking and choosing who he's listening to. No, he's a handful to her too. So she is all for the discipline that I'm about to do.
All right.
Yeah.
I can feel you. I got you. So, basically, in a nutshell, with this last topic, if your kids act up in church, they need to move out the house.
Or put their head on a stick
In front of the church.
in front of the church, so the other kids understand how to behave, how to behead.
Yeah.
Never behave.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. You guys are always wonderful. You're awesome.
Always.
My name is Jaya Toller.
And this is Corey Marshall.
We always have fun with you guys. Make sure you check us out. We're on iTunes, offthepad.podbean.com. Check Off the Pad out on Twitter. Follow us and like our page on Facebook.
Yep.
We got a Gmail account, Off the Pad Podcast at Gmail. Oh, we were telling them where everything we find us. On Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Double Twist.
Mm-hmm. Stitcher, Double Twist, and not.
No, Stitcher, Double Twist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Stitcher, not.
I know what you're saying,
my fault.
but we're not on the podcast called it.
Not.
Stop that.
Gotcha.
And probably some other podcatchers that you can find. Just Google searches and then, well, go to offthepad.podbean and then all that.
Yeah. It's all there. And thank y'all for tuning in.
we appreciate you. We got 2 more episodes left, you guys, for season 2.
Yes.
Before we can start fresh for season 3 after some time after that. So get your listens in while you can.
Get your listens in.
And go back to the other stuff that you ain't heard yet.
Word.
And y'all know how we do. This is the podcast where your topics go on the pad.
And we talk about them off the pad.
Peace.
Boom.
Thank you for listening to Off the Pad Podcast with Jaya Toller and Corey Marshall. Be sure to find us online at offthepad.podbean.com. Follow us on Twitter at offthepad. You can also be a part of our Facebook page. Once again, thank you for listening to Off the Pad Podcast. And remember, the moment Corey learned he could not really trust kids in church was when they listened to Jaya and fed his mom spaghetti to the dog. The most misunderstood thing about black men, white men, and women is their hairstyle preferences. You can't go wrong with cooking chicken. If you joke about race, homosexuality, or religion, it better be super funny.